standards that we required. Just at the close of last financial year, our laboratory report shows that has improved, and currently 81% of the products that we tested in the financial year met the standards for public safety and quality requirements, and so that shows significant progress in trying to meet our mandate of protecting Ugandans against substandard goods. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to emphasize that issues of quality standards cannot be done by just one agency of government or one individual. It is going to be a concerted effort of all Ugandans, all state and non-state actors, to begin a journey of building what at the Unbs we want to build the national quality culture, where the consumers demand and check for quality, but also the producers are intentional on making and meeting quality and safety standards. So we will be going to all the churches, the mosques, to speak about quality and how quality is critical for all economic development. You will believe with me, those who have been following industrial developments, global, what we are calling developed economies actually thrive on quality. If you get a product from Europe, call it German, London or England, you will actually know that it is quality. And until as a country we begin having trust and building trust in our products, then our products will not only be competitive on our local markets, but they will also be competitive in the export markets. And when I say a local market today, I'm not looking at the borders of Uganda. When you bring your product and we certify it, it will access the 8 East African countries duty-free, quota-free. That is what we are calling the local market. So I just wanted to paint the picture and the critical importance of your bureau, the Bureau of Standards, but again call upon you, especially the fourth estate, the media. We need to promote our local industries. I'll give a highlight. Having said that, just in the recent past, they aligned a number of kombuchas, the local drinks, on the floor of Parliament, 26 of them, and they were being suspected for not meeting quality and safety standards. Immediately after presenting those soft drinks, they were brought to Unbs laboratories. Our laboratories are internationally accredited. What we test at Unbs, when you take it to France, it will give you the same The same result. We tested those 26 products, kombuchas, very many with very innovative names, and over 95% of them passed for safety and quality standards. 2 of them that did not pass, even one of them actually, the alcohol content, why it did not pass, the alcohol content was lower than it should have been. But because these local drinks are pushing back on the market share of the traditional breweries, I want to assure you that some of these issues are informed by what we call trade wars. So in the war of growing our economy, we must safeguard and protect our local products, especially when we are speaking on matters quality and standards, because the tool that every country uses to block or protect their markets under the WTO, World Trade Organization requirements, can only be what we call technical barriers to trade and NTBs, non-tariff barriers. And those literally are mean co-enterprises and therefore products are competitive both within our local market but also in the wider regional market and beyond, especially today when globalization is real. What does that mean? It means if you are producing cement, the cement that is produced in China actually will compete with the cement that you produce here locally. So as a bureau, we are charged with ensuring that the local products actually are competitive at the global level. How is that so? It's because standards are not just local, they are international. A standard for cement here is the same standard as cement manufactured in China, Europe, and if you follow and work with UNBS, that makes the products we produce locally competitive both on the local market but also in the wider regional and global markets. Now, UNBS, when we were established, we operated as police. What happened is we were protecting Ugandans from the substandard or unfair or unsafe products that were deemed to be coming from the outside countries, products manufactured by outside countries. We were actually largely net importers, including in the region. If you recall, we imported a lot of products from our neighbors, Kenya, but currently that trade imbalance is changing and tilting. And this is in line with our Vision 2040 and the NDP 3 aspirations, NDP 4. You will recall and remember that under NDP 4, we are saying that we want to grow the economy tenfold. From last year, about 50 billion US dollars, and by 2040, we want to be a $500 billion economy. Currently, today where we are, a few days ago, I saw a report saying that now we are at 70 billion US dollars. We are a 70 billion US dollar economy. How do we want to do this, to grow this economy? We want to export more, do more import substitution, and create more industries. Actually, the challenge is to all Ugandans to actually participate in creating industries. And this, if you go by the Japanese approach, these are what we call cottage industries, where every home makes a product and puts it on the market. Here we are calling them micro enterprises. Now, in that aspiration of national development, and in trying for UNBS to align with that aspiration, at UNBS now we are saying we are in the business of growing quality enterprises. So if I can give you a few statistics, about 7 years ago, that's about in the financial year 2018-19, UNBS certified 201 enterprises. That's about 7 or so years ago. And we've been at it, and just last financial year, which ended this June, records showed that we had certified about 2,500 SMEs, small and micro enterprises. And the year previous, 24-25, we had certified 1,700. So in a space of 1 year, we were able as UNBS to certify, or the growth of the certification of enterprises was at 47%. So, and that's why we are saying that UNBS, we are in the business of growing enterprises.
So, aba Uganda National Bureau of Standards nga tukulembeddwamu Ssenkulu w'ekitongole Engineer James Kasigwa Tubadde wano ku Uganda Media Center nga tutangaza eggwanga ku nsonga y'omutindo gwa simenti. Bangi ku ffe twalaba obutambi obwayitingana ku mikutu egigatta abantu. Obutambi obwo nga bwolesa nti waaliwo engeri simenti aba atundibwa katale ka Uganda abadde nga tawera. Y'ensonga lwaki UNBS evuddeyo olwaleero okunnyonnyola eggwanga embeera y'omutindo gwa simenti. Okusookera ddala, Uganda National Bureau of Standards eyagala okukakasa bannayuganda nti twakakasa amakolero gawerera ddala 6 nga amakolero gano gakola ebinungo bya simenti bya miwendo 26 nga bitukkagana n'omutindo. Kaakati ekisookera ddala ng'ogenda kugula simenti, UNBS erabula nti wandisaanidde ogule simenti akoleddwa ebyo ebitongole oba amakolero UNBS geerambusiza olunaku lwaleero agakakasibwa nti bye gakola bituukana n'omutindo. Ekyokubiri, UNBS etangaza nti simenti wamala okukolebwa atambula, bamutambuza ab'ebimotoka naye ate n'ab'ebiduuka aba hardware abatunda simenti ono. Kaakati okulondoola kwa UNBS kwekoze ng'obwo obutambi tebunatandika, era n'okulondoola kwe twakoze ng'obutambi bumaze okuyitangana, tukakasizza ddala nti mu kkolero simenti ono avaayo ng'awera. Abakugu baffe bazzeemu okukinoonyereza ne bakisanga nti kwezo kampuni ze tulambusiza olunaku olwaleero zifulumya simenti obusawo nga buwera. Naye obuzibu bwe tusanze okusiigana nnyo wadde mu katale ewali abatambuza simenti, awali abakola mu mahardware. Kati ng'obuzibu bwe tusanze okusanga nti abantu bwe bagula simenti ono n'atuuka ku biduuka, ab'ebiduuka abamu benyigira mu kujingirira simenti. N'abamu abatambuza simenti eno ku site, ku construction sites eziri wonna we tuzimbira, abazimbi n'abazimbisa, oluusi baggulawo obusawo buno ne benyigira mu kuteeka ebirungo ebirala ebitali simenti mu simenti, oba ne kimu okuwewula obungi bwa simenti ono. Era we twogerera UNBS erina emisango ziwerera ddala 6 nga tubadde tunoonyereza mu Uganda. Twali e Mbale, twali e Mukono, twali e Nakasongola,